This is the Hawks Sports Network. The four teams here in attendance have just had a wonderful lunch here at the East York Curling Club, and it's time for the final game of action here at the 2019 Humber Bonspiel. My name is Matt Hamill, and with me is my broadcast partner, the one and only Andrew Milani. And today we saw the Humber men's open up the action with a big win, 10-1 victory. And then in their second game, Andrew, having a bit of a tough time against the reigning OCAA champions, the Fanshawe Falcons.
Yeah, well, we were here calling the women's Hawks versus Falcons game. Right down there on sheet 3, the men's team were shut out 10-0, and here looking for a bounce back against the Mohawk Mountaineers.
Yeah, we did look over at one point to that men's game against Fanshawe, and we saw a bit of a crowded house.
Yeah, each time we seem to look over, the Fanshawe score just continues to grow and grow, and hopefully we'll see a better result here for the Hawks.
And here we go. The first stone is out. Humber taking on the Mohawk Mountaineers by way of Hamilton. And the Humber ladies team are taking on the Mohawk Mountaineers on sheet number 3. So the guard is put up there right away. Humber with the hammer to start things off.
Looks like Humber is trying to set up a draw, or is this a guard, actually? That's going to find its way in the house for a draw.
Right into the house.
Or it might be a little over, actually. We'll see.
Ooh, yeah, misplay from the Hawks to start things off.
Yeah, we've seen that a lot here today. These teams maybe a little amped in the opening stages of the game, just throwing it a little too hard. Second rock here, thrown by Mohawk. And that should find its way into the house. And that will just stay in there. Just behind the 12-foot ring.
In the second end, we'll be joined by women's team player Brittany Elson.
Yeah, looking forward to that. She could bring in her expertise of the sport.
Yeah, you know what, Andrew? I think it's high time somebody who knows what they're talking about comes to the broadcast booth.
Someone that doesn't just know volleyball.
Here's Mohawk with their third shot.
Looks like they're going for the takeout there. And that will push that Humber stone into the house.
Yeah, a little bit of a gift for the Hawks. And up next, we have Paquette throwing.
This one looks like it has enough weight to find the house. Will bounce off the other stone, and Humber in good position here, almost midway through this first end. Mohawk with the delivery. Going for the takeout here. Looks like it'll have enough weight. A good takeout there by the Mountaineers.
The Hawks are in the scoring position right now. Paquette with the second stone.
They might be going for the takeout here. Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, a lot of guacamole on that throw.
Good line, and they knock out that Mohawk rock.
Maybe doesn't catch that angle that he was quite hoping for.
Yeah, I think they were hoping to stick it a little bit.
In any event, they clear one out. And the Hawks are still sitting pretty closest to the button.
Mohawk just kind of floating it in there. Might be a little too much weight. We'll see. Yeah, and that will go beyond the house. Burnt rock there for Mohawk. Humber looks like they're going for the draw here. So he should have enough weight to reach the house, will it? And it'll just make it in. Three rocks aside, left to go. Mohawk up. Ooh, and they'll knock those guards away.
Can't quite sneak around that guard.
Yeah, not the shot they were looking for.
Humber against Mohawk. Of course, the Mountaineers will be hosting the OCAA Championships.
Yeah, looking to get in good game form here going into the tournament.
Mohawk came away with the bronze 2 years ago. And similar to Humber, were not able to podium last season. Pretty hard broom action there.
And this one looks like it's going to find the house. And
I found the house, and that's just
Yeah.
about on the button.
almost. Just finding that red ring there. A little bit of discussion here by the Mountaineers, but where to go with this next rock. Looks like they're gonna try the takeout here, try and take away both those Humber rocks right by the button. for at least one of them. It's going to be tough, though.
Yeah, there's the second last shot for the Mountaineers. Pretty good line here, Andrew.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to hit one of the Humber rocks. It knocks one of them away. Yeah, not a bad shot there by Mohawk.
Now we're looking at our overhead shot that is not visible on the broadcast. And what we can tell from there is that Humber still has the two closest.
Yeah, so they're, as you would say, sitting pretty here.
Sitting pretty.
It looks like Humber might go for the takeout. Try and get rid of that last Mohawk stone that was thrown in there.
Well, Humber's got just the man to do it, the reigning MVP for the Humber squad, Sharn Armstrong.
And there he goes.
Bit of a light touch on that one, partner. Now you got to wonder if he's trying to actually sneak it past there.
And maybe.
Yeah, there he is.
Line looks
right
pretty
in.
good.
Heading right into that button.
Oh, beautiful shot.
Now last rock for the Mountaineers. Bit of a tough call here, Andrew. I know what you would do. You'd go in with the muscle and just try to clear as many out as possible, but it's a game of finesse and of skill.
Yeah, easier said than done.
It's going to take a big shot from Mohawk to not end up in a hole here after one end.
Yeah, because you definitely want to knock those two Humber rocks out of the middle there, but you have to be very careful because you want to stick it yourself. Not an easy shot by any means. We'll see how this goes. Deliveries away.
Big shot.
Yeah, this one's got a lot of weight. Can they get past their own guard? Just barely. And they get rid of one of the Humber stones.
Yeah, so good job not to just clear that one rock out of there, but also put theirs pretty close to the button. And that leaves us with one final shot from Sharn Armstrong.
Yeah, the hammer. And by the looks of it, looks like they're going to try and get rid of at least one of those two Mohawk rocks on the left side there.
Tell you what, they can find a way to clear that closest Mohawk rock entirely. Could be looking at a 3 or maybe 4 point end.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, though. The one that they really need to knock away is kind of hidden right behind the other one. Kind of being used as a guard there at the edge of the house. Armstrong just about ready to go with the hammer. It looks like they're going to go for it, try and take out those 2 stones on the left. Deliveries away.
Big shot here. Humber looking for
pretty good.
Big points to start the game.
Nah, not quite enough.
And they'll come away with 1. Humber Hawks, after 1 end of play, up 1-0 over the Mohawk Mountaineers. This is the 2019 Humber Bonspiel. We'll be right back with you on the Hawk Sports Network. And we're back for the second end, and I'm joined by Humber women's team player Brittany Elson.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, no problem.
And it's been a pretty successful day for the ladies team. 2 wins, looking for win number 3 over on sheet 3.
Oh, yeah.
What do you think of the performance from the gals today?
We're doing pretty good. Like, we picked up on the ice better than we did in the first game we played. After a couple ends, we weren't doing too well, but we picked it back up and got the win, and now played on sheet 1 like the guys are doing, picked up on the ice faster than the other team, but hopefully we can do the same thing.
There's not a whole lot of opportunities to really fine-tune your game before the provincial championships in February 14th. How do you feel about that, and is there kind of any substitute for these tournament games to really fire on all cylinders?
It's just like, this is all we have, though. Like, we don't have a lot of practice ice just because of the club that we're at doesn't have a lot of practice ice. So these competitions that we have this one now, and then Fanshawe has got one on the 26th, but that's all we have until provincials. But we're, for what we have, or what we've been given, we're doing pretty well.
And then I'm sure the eyes are looking ahead to the hopefully making it to the CCAAs in Fredericton.
Yes, yes.
And again, I'd just like to formally apologize for me and my partner, Andrew. We don't know curling that well, but we're trying.
It's okay.
Here's a good throw from Mohawk, but ultimately will leave the house. You had a chance to see the men's team play at all, or I'm sure you've kind of been on the ice a little preoccupied.
Well, no, we could look over a couple times if they miss their shots, but they're doing well. For our, like, we have a 7-person lineup for each team, so we're just trying to see who fits best. So it's more of a who's playing better in the competitions and which lineup works best to win games and just have the players happy on and off the ice.
Yeah, it's got to be tough to kind of get a perspective of who's really playing the best this year with such limited opportunities to really try different combinations. But you guys have had a few lineup changes today. You kind of get to see a few different looks. And hey, you know, Casey Ransom, your teammate on the curling team, also a member of our Hawks broadcasting crew. What does a player like Casey Ransom mean to the women's team?
Well, she's been curling there, I think, 2 years longer than me, and me.
Veteran, crafty veteran.
Oh yeah, me, her, and Cassie, the skip. We're all roommates, so we're closer than most of the players on the team, just because we all do live together. So we have our games after, but then can go back and just laugh about if we miss shots and stuff. But Casey, especially, like me coming onto the team 3 years ago now, is just like she was so friendly and just makes you feel welcome. Like, it doesn't matter if you're playing awful or you're playing great, she's still gonna treat you the same.
It's got to be good for team chemistry, having
yeah.
all three of you living together.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah, it could be too much of a good thing, though, too, right? You know, sometimes you need a
missing
little break
shots.
from the curling team.
Yeah. If you're missing shots, it's not good to go home afterwards with each
boy.
other.
Maybe if you swept a little harder,
Yeah.
you know, all this kind of. Hawks will watch that one coast. Maybe a bit too much on that one. And you just feel free to correct me if I say anything wildly out of line with proper curling lingo.
Oh gosh, okay.
As that shot will just kind of hover at the top of the house. Hey, the skip for the women's team, Cassandra, reigning team MVP back-to-back years. What exactly does she bring to the table in terms of being one of the members of your team?
You can always count on her to save save everybody. If there's a shot that we need to make at the end to win the game, you just count on her because she's been playing for so long. But yeah, she's just a solid player all around. Like, she's been curling a long time now, I believe. Like, almost the same amount as me, like 14 years. But it's nice to have that player that can save you if you're not doing too well.
She had quite the shot last game on our broadcast here on sheet 1. You guys kind of had a good chuckle, though, after. Not entirely sure if it was on purpose what she did, but pretty remarkable.
Yeah, she came through a port that was not there and just got very lucky and had it pick back behind the guard, covered, sit 3. So she got lucky. It was a really gross-looking shot.
Me and Andrew were none the wiser. We thought she was going for it all the way. Only when you guys started laughing, we suspected something was up.
No.
But that was top 10 worthy. She
You had to
made it work.
replay that.
That's what I said. I wanted the replay.
Yeah, exactly. We're looking up at the glass. Like, can we have a replay of that, please?
So just over halfway through the second end. Hawks coming away with the single point to start things off. Here in the final game of the 2019 Humber tournament.
Shot.
Yeah, well placed by the Hawks. Hey, what's the origin story? How'd you get into curling?
I was 4 years old, and my grandpa basically forced me out to the Richmond Hill Curling Club, and I absolutely hated it until 10 years old when we went into a competition and won like $100 between the 4 of us. So, like,
All right.
yeah, and I'm like, oh, you know what? You can win money in this?
That's good walking around money for a 10-year-old.
Oh, yeah. Gave it back to the parents for paying to get into the
sure.
competition, but
You get a little bit, you know, spend some sour keys on, you know, splurge a little bit.
stuffed toys.
Good hit there. A lot of stones in the house right now, a lot of action.
Yeah, we're Or red. Yeah, so Humber's sitting 1. So they, I would say Sean's going to guard right now just because we are sitting the 1. So they can't really get that at all. They'd have is the draw to the 4-foot, but they have to be full 4 biting the button to even be shot.
We should invite you back here more often. That was, I kind of got lost there for a second.
Curling commentating.
What do you think? Casey got on board with the broadcast crew. Do you think you have a future with the Hawks Sports Network? Or
Only for the curling or the baseball.
Yeah, okay.
That's all I know. Baseball's easy.
And we'll see if he goes for that guard shot like you were saying.
It looks a little heavy.
It's Brittany Elson with us from the women's team.
Just going to clip off the top one. Ooh. It's not the best because now they have a hit and roll behind.
Yeah, you can see him shaking his head.
Yeah, the ice is not. Sheet 1 is not the best.
Well, the big lunch break brought up the nachos and the chicken wings.
And the
Very
grilled
tasty.
cheese.
And the grilled cheese, yeah.
Everybody
boy.
wants a nice healthy lunch.
It's tough not to overeat under such conditions, but that did allow a good break for the crew here at the East York Curling Club to tend to the ice. Obviously, a lot of action out there today.
I think he's just discussing the hit and roll now. Where to hit it if they can get a double.
Yeah, a rare, less than ideal throw from Sean Armstrong. And the Mountaineers taking a long time to deliberate. See if they can capitalize. The final game here on the Hawks Sports Network. Last couple stones here in the second end.
Is that the roll? Ooh.
Good line. And like you said, had a chance for that double opportunity. Didn't quite connect. What do you think the fellows are drawing up right now?
He's probably going to try and do the same thing, even if you're top 8 there, just beside the blue rock that's biting the red paint there, so the 4-foot, yeah, or where Sean's got his broom, like they can't really do anything. Like you're basically giving up a steal of 1 for Humber, which isn't awful. You're only in the second end.
Well, you know what they say around here. Neil is the real deal. And he's about to let go of his last throw. Not a ton of weight on it.
Oh, they're just trying to go for a 3, so a guard. It's really going now, though. Holy.
Well, they did get some more
That's
movement
awful.
off to the right, which kind of works in their favor.
Just got to draw to the 4-foot to at least try and get us, or try and take his point.
Think the Mountaineers have a good shot here, or is this really going to be too much of a challenge for them to find a way to get out of here with the point?
Yeah, giving up one's not awful though. Like, you're only in the second end, so you're down 2. Like, you still have hammer. You just gotta place your guards a little bit better. There's just everything on the left side of the ice.
We'll have our last throw. And Brittany, I want to thank you for coming by the broadcast booth.
No
Really appreciate
problem.
it. Some good insight. And now we'll go back to our buffoonery that we've been
Oh, God.
doing all day. Trying to curl it in. Not sure if they're going to catch the stone. Nope. Hawks steal one. I'd like to welcome back my partner, Andrew Milani.
Hello, hello.
I am Matt, the Hammer Hamill.
That's what everyone calls you.
And we're getting ready for third end action. Humber Hawks stealing a point. Some great insight from Brittany Elson. Pretty interesting dynamic, Andrew. They have the, 3 of those top players on the women's team, Brittany, Casey, and Cassandra, roommates as well. Can you imagine how on the same page we'd be if we lived together?
Oh, we would be. I don't know if I'd want to see that, though. It would just be too many food puns.
A little too heavy there. Can never have too many food references, Andrew.
Too much whipped cream on that sundae.
Were you drinking Fanta back there? You're all excited here in the third end.
I just had an espresso, so I'm hopped up and ready to go.
Mohawk with their first stone. Cruising in.
Should find the house.
Looks like there's
Might be a little too heavy. We'll see.
a lot of maple syrup on that one. Oh, hangs up.
Just enough maple syrup on that Eggo.
You're out of control, Mr. Milani.
You've created a monster, Hammer.
We're here at the East York Curling Club on the Hawk Sports Network.
It was like a takeout attempt that went awry. Mohawk's just going to want to lay that rock right in there, as close to the button as possible. Or they might. This looks like it will find the house.
Like any good pizza delivery guy, finding the house.
Any competent pizza delivery guy, really. In this age with GPSs, there's really no excuse.
There's no excuse. Heavy throw here from Paquette. Looks like the Hawks are just trying to clear this right out.
They're going for the takeout and
Ooh.
putting themselves in nice position there as well.
Very pretty roll.
As we have said, this is a game of finesse. And the Hawks showing a lot of it right there.
Mountaineers right down that center line. Oh, looks like that one just kind of
Yeah, that one got away from them. Too much ketchup on those French fries.
Well, folks, I have indeed created a monster. He's too powerful.
That's right, Alice, I'm unstoppable.
Here's the throw from the Hawks. And again, just a clearing shot.
Looks like it's going to be a good one. Yeah, might have overdone it a little bit. We'll stay right by the house, just a little outside though.
Ultimately, a successful takeout. Now the second chance with the exact same shot. And that time, no mistake about it.
And staying right there by that red ring. Still halfway through this end. Looks like Humber's going to attempt the takeout here. Let's see, the line looks pretty good. And it will stay in the house.
And that stone they already had in that back corner really coming in handy.
Yeah, just providing that little bit of support that they needed. Not a bad takeout there. Gets the job done. Although their stone gets burned as well.
Got an open house.
Unlike one of your parties. Your famous high school parties.
Tell you, we had fun over there at Holy Trinity Catholic Secondary in Oakville, Ontario.
Looks like the Hawks are trying to find the house. They will not, though, as that one just does not have enough weight on it.
See what kind of implications that guard has. It's the Mountaineers with 3 shots left.
Yeah, it could make the final 5 rocks here very interesting. Looks like this one will collide with the rock. Both of them finding the house, but, or excuse me, just Mohawk's rock finding the house. Humber is just it looks like an inch, if that, outside. Now the skips are up. Armstrong getting ready with the delivery for Humber.
Sean Armstrong. He's our guy.
There's the delivery. It's got a lot of weight on it.
Obviously looking for that takeout. It's got a nice inside lean there.
Gonna make it, just touches.
Doesn't catch enough of it to keep the stone in play, the Humber stone, rather. So right now we have an empty house.
Yeah, they'll take it for now. Although that was not the result they were looking for.
Now he was real close, just needed to brush that stone a little more to the outside. Taking a long time with this second last shot.
Yeah, a lot of options here for the Mountaineers, but we'll see what they do. Takeout attempt there. Works pretty successfully. And Mohawk finds the house.
Humber's last throw of the third end. Hawks are up 2-0 right now.
Looks like they're going for the takeout here. Let's see if it's successful.
Again, Humber's going to want to catch enough of that stone,
no,
and
not
that
good
is
enough.
out of the house.
And Mohawk with a free house here for the hammer, something we haven't seen here yet today. At least not on sheet one.
Kind of reminds me of when you play crokinole and you just have that free shot right at the center. You ever play crokinole, Andrew?
I've never even heard of crokinole. And they just got to be careful and lay it in there.
Weight is everything right now.
Yep.
And that has a little bit too much.
It's too much. And that's that end, excuse me. It's going to end on a 0-0 draw.
Now that will mean that Mohawk remains with the hammer. And do you think that's by design, Andrew? Maybe just send that stone right through the house and maintain the hammer. Maybe try to, while you have that advantage,
yeah, it could
take
be
more than one. Try to get two.
Wouldn't be surprised, actually.
Well, just with how much spicy mustard he put on that shot, you got to think there was maybe some kind of deliberate play there. Hawks with the first throw.
This one's just going to cross the Hogs line. Don't think it's going to... Oh, will touch the house. good draw here to open up the fourth end.
Heck of a sweep job there.
And that will knock.
The old takeout. One in, one out. And it appears the Hawks are coming right back with their takeout.
And why not? Let's see if they could stick it.
They do just that.
And they'll put it right there at the top of the house.
Andrew, how you feeling, man? We had a big lunch, yeah? And just trying to...
Oh, that espresso has me going.
Oh, right on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, lovely espresso machine accommodation at the East York Curling Club. I'm more of a cappuccino guy myself.
Good takeout there by Mohawk. Cappuccino could be a nice once in a while.
So we're just going eye for an eye here in the fourth.
Yeah, we haven't seen too many rocks in the house these last couple sets. Or ends, excuse me. I keep saying sets.
Andrew, I got word from the women's curling team. If you say sets one more time, they're going to broom your ass out of here.
Uh-oh. I better smarten up, sir. As we saw before, if they did need to replace me, there are capable hands here, so...
Great talk with Brittany Elson.
Yeah, I better smarten up here.
Good insight into just how much they value a player like Casey Ransom and Cassandra. And, you know, with so few opportunities leading up into the OCAA championships, you really don't have a lot of time to figure out what combinations of players are going to work best. Got to really make hay while the sun shines and try to get the most out of the opportunities you have.
Yeah, it's not easy. We got to put together a strategy pretty quickly here. The shot's got a lot of weight. Good takeout there.
We'll see if the Hawks just go right for the takeout.
I think they will, Hammer. Very good takeout right there. Each of these takeouts has just been getting closer to prime position there, right by the button.
The Humber Hawks are up 2-0 here. And we're in the bottom half of the fourth end.
Ooh. Yeah, not what Mohawk wanted, though. It will push that Humberstone just a little bit back.
And now there's a window of opportunity for the Hawks to make it a house party, crowd things up here.
Looks like they're just going to try and set up a guard here, maybe. Will that have enough for the house? Going to try it.
Yeah.
And it just gets in there.
There it is. Very quick rebuttal from the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I guess they knew what they wanted to do.
This thing is coming in hot and will.
Oh no.
Another miss.
Yeah, not what they wanted.
So 2 in a row. Not really going the way Mohawk obviously planned it out.
Another big chance here for the Hawks. Big chance here to capitalize. Although each team here has still 2 rocks left to go.
The Humber Hawks women's team are trailing 3-1 to Mohawk. The Lady Hawks are 2-0 on the day. And they're down right now. Here's the shot from Sean Armstrong.
That's going to find the house.
Yeah, great touch on that one. And is
Pretty close to the button as well. Wow.
You know what? That's the perfect weight and just a few centimeters off.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that. And you think Mohawk here is going to try and take out that stone at the center, but it's not going to be easy with that other one blocking it. One right beside it, too. It's going to be a tight squeeze. And they might be going for that other one. Big takeout attempt here. Let's see if it's got the line and the weight.
Well, pretty soft shot. Looks like they're just going right for that button. Curling a
Doesn't
little
look
too
good,
much.
Yeah, not what they were hoping for.
Here's Mr. Armstrong with Humber's final shot of the fourth end. Humber's been pretty consistent through this game. Stole the single point in the second end. Started with the hammer.
Let's see where this final one goes. Makes it past the Hogs line. And it will find its way into the house. Very nicely placed.
Armstrong shaking his head, but
Yeah, I don't think that's what they were going for.
I think that puts the Hawks in a good position here.
I think they may have wanted it a little further from that one right by the button. Because if Mohawk gets a good hit right by that one at the top of the button there, it could knock out both. Would have to be a pretty good shot though, so we'll see.
Well, they've strategized, and it's time to let go of this final rock, the hammer, as it were. As the team from the hammer, Hamilton, Ontario, looking to come away with some points.
Oh man, it might miss.
We're looking to get that roll off.
Oh
How
wow.
about that?
It's going to be close.
Andrew Milani. Now, evidently, it's obvious to the fellas. Maybe just a single point for Humber. Have to wait and see.
It was close though. It could have been a point for Mohawk. We'll see how they score it. Hard to tell from this angle.
But pretty quickly decided upon by the fellas, so we'll get word.
We'll know by who throws first.
No, because if they're down, I think that's how it works.
In all likelihood, a point. Point for Humber. Ooh, a little shaky. Off the hacks there.
This looks like it'll find its way into the house. I was waiting for them to...
Jay, they just put the score up.
And that will be a point for Humber in that last end. Now up 3-0.
Just about 1 hour here in the final afternoon game at the 2019 Humber Bonspiel. We wish you a happy new year. Watching some great curling with us here on the Hawk Sports Network. We'll be back in action on HSN on Thursday, January 10th for Humber Volleyball, taking on the rival Sheridan Bruins at
Can't
home in
wait.
the Hawks Nest. Yeah, should be good, Andrew. And then you'll call the sets ends. You'll be all flip-flopped.
We'll see, though. I'll try my best. Humber setting up a guard here.
Lots of games here for the two of us at the East York Curling Club today. Starting with that first men's matchup against Fleming. Decisive victory for the fellas, 10-1 over the Knights.
Yeah, Humber really walking all over Fleming, especially from the second end onwards.
Yeah, different storyline here in the second game that we've seen the men. Of course, they had their game on sheet 3. Tough loss to Fanshawe. But right now, the Hawks have been up all game.
And this shot looks like he'll find the house. Maybe a little over. We'll see. It looks like it's going to stay in there.
That's going to sit pretty good. Paquette.
This one looks like it'll have enough to find the house. Just how much weight is on there will determine where it lands, and nice shot there.
We could tell from our overhead camera that the Hawk stone is in the scoring spot. Mohawk Mountaineers.
And they'll start sweeping. Well, they'll let off. Trying to go for the takeout here. Let's see, they missed the first one.
Ooh, beautiful shot.
Yeah, they get the second. And now with 2 stones from Mohawk in scoring spots. Paquette with the delivery.
Last shot from Paquette was right on the money. Promptly taken out by the Mountaineers. Here's his second shot.
That's got a little too much on it. Looks like they're going to go for that guard at the top.
It might have been trying to sneak around it, but contact is made, and that ending result will really open things up here.
Yeah, big gap there right in the middle.
A lot of chit-chat right now. Mountaineers from Mohawk College, right up there on the Niagara Escarpment. Let the stone go.
Could be a good draw. We'll see if it has enough weight. Just stays right at the top of the house.
And we're looking at our overhead camera. It's the Mountaineers closest to the button. And they have one right there at the top of the house, the near side. And the Hawks have 4 in play. Hughes.
Good takeout there.
That leaves Humber with 4 in the house. Mountaineers with 1, but it's ultimately in the scoring position.
Good draw there. Each team down to their final 2 rocks of the 5th set. So that means the skips are up. Armstrong here for Humber. Looks like they're going to attempt the takeout here.
That heaved right down the center line.
Line looks
this
good.
Could be good. Doesn't quite get enough action on that second Mohawk Stone. They're
Yeah.
still in the scoring position.
They didn't knock away any of their stones already there, though, so that's a good sign.
Second last throw from Mohawk. Good weight to it.
Yeah, good draw attempt here.
Tell you what, that gives the Mountaineers a pretty good chance to get on the board. As Mohawk has the hammer and pretty good job of setting up the guard. And for all intents and purposes, really locking away that scoring point.
Good draw here by Humber. Almost right on the button.
Well, you know what they say, Andrew. Let he who is with hammer cast the final stone. And in this case, it's the boys from the hammer, Mohawk Mountaineers. Looking to get on the board.
Mohawk here with the chance to grab their first points of the match. This one's got a lot of weight.
Wow, big shot.
Yeah, it clears a bunch of the Hummer stones, and that'll be at least a point for Mohawk.
The Mountaineers putting 2 on the board. Making the score here 4-2. What?
3-2.
3-2.
Guard set up here by Mohawk to start this sixth end. Humber will have the hammer. Oh, a little too much.
Where's my charger at? Is it still here? Yeah. This time, great draw.
Maybe a little too much. Yep. And they'll just push that one out.
Great line. Sometimes you want to put a little salt in your French fries and the whole lid comes off and you just have entirely too much salt. As was the case there. Too much on that shot. Humber says, we see your guard and will raise you a guard. The Humber women's team is trailing No, they've actually been able to get up in their game. They're leading by a score of 4-3. So if the Lady Hawks can hang on, they'll have a perfect 3-0 day. Of course, the reigning women's provincial champion, the Niagara Knights, not in attendance here today. But the reigning men's champs, the Fanshawe Falcons, are here, and they are making a statement. They're up in their game right now.
7-1.
Yeah, 7-1. Of course, a 10-1 victory over Humber in game 2.
Yeah, would not be surprised if they found their way to double digits here in this one, too.
So Humber really reasserting themselves after failing to podium last year. And Fanshawe just kind of letting everybody know we're here to play. 2019, ain't nothing changed. We're just 30 minutes away from the overtime rule system. In which whatever end is occurring at the time of going over an hour and 45 minutes, that end would finish and then one more would be played.
About halfway through this sixth end. No team really able to assert control in this one. Although it looks like Mohawk is the closest to the button right now, with the chance to add another one.
Looking to kick out that Humber Stone at the back there.
Good takeout there. Let's see if there sticks.
Nope.
It just doesn't.
Crosses that back line.
Humber down, full control of the house. With 3 rocks right at the edge. Looks like they're going for the takeout here. Let's see if it's good. Ooh, almost knock out both. Just missed their second target by mere centimeters.
Paquette leading the way with the brush. Here's Armstrong chipping in. Just a magnificent weight on that one.
Yeah, gets it right beside the button there. And Mohawk running out of opportunities in this end to really answer the Hawks.
Lady Hawks are up against the Mohawk Mountaineers, and they're winning that game by a score of 4-3. The rest of the season on the Hawks Sports Network will have volleyball and basketball for you. Of course, hosting the men's OCAA Provincial Championship for volleyball. Looking forward to that, partner.
Yeah, should be a great time. Can't wait.
That'll be all live streamed here on the Hawks Sports Network.
looks like they're going to try and take out that middle rock.
Heavy shot.
Yeah. Will it stick? Ooh, and it'll just stay in there.
Yeah, they got a little too much of an outside roll after contact.
Looks like a good line. Oh, beautiful shot.
Well, Andrew, that's why they call it curling.
And Mohawk with a little bit of a decision here.
Yeah, it's almost like the split pins in bowling. Just really not too sure what you want to hit. Great look down the center line by Alice, our trusty camera operator. Student at Humber College by way of Brazil.
Delivery here's away. Looks
Final
like they're going to go
stone.
for that one on the side there. Let's see. Oh, that's just going to miss. It's going to go right through the house.
Hawks with a guaranteed 2.
If they don't knock any of their own out, that is. But should be an easy shot here at the house.
And if Humber's looking for a shot with just the right weight, just a freebie, Sean Armstrong is the guy to execute it. Maybe timeout called by the Lady Hawks on sheet 3. What do you think, partner? Is Armstrong going to do it?
Yeah, looks like it's going to be good. Yeah, and that will be 3. Humber now leading Mohawk 6-2 after the 6th end.
Under my backpack here, you can see the lanyard sticking out of my bag.
Humber leading off the tacks here. Beautiful release.
It's across the Hogs line. Let's see if it finds its way in the house. And that will just land short. that one's going to be burnt as it would not have made it over the line.
And you mentioned it after that burnt stone. See if the Hawks can take advantage, just put one in play. Got to give credit to the Hawks bouncing back after a tough Game 2 loss. They're up 6-2 right now.
Yeah, good to see that. They're bouncing back well after a very tough loss to a very talented Fanshawe team.
And we heard Brittany from the women's team mention that both Humber men and women's team have 7 players. And obviously using an opportunity like the Bonspiel here to try out different rotations. And the men's team's gotten a few good looks here.
And that shot will find the house.
At the hour and 30-minute mark.
Nice takeout there. And it just manages to stay in the house.
Have Fleming taking on Fanshawe in men's curling action on sheet 2. Fanshaw's up 7-1. The Lady Hawks are up 5-3 against the Mountaineers.
Good draw there by the Hawks. Shot here by the Mountaineers. Takeout attempt is right on, but it will float away a little bit. Humber still in point position. Takeout attempt here by Hughes. Looks like it's good. It'll just float away from the house, though. Hawks still with 2 rocks in the house.
Good look at the shot, lilting over to that center line.
Yeah, looks like it will not make it to the house, but could serve as a good guard here.
Ugh. Shot's way on the outside from Hughes.
Will not find the house, but will knock one of the previous rocks into the house right on the edge there. And Hawks in good scoring position here. Not too much time here remaining. We don't know if we'll be able to squeeze in an 8th end here or not. Mohawk knocking away those 2 guards that they put in place. Kind of opening things up there in the house.
You said it, Andrew. Mountaineers going to have to act quick. Down by 4, not a lot of time.
And of course, with the last 2 stones to go for each team here in this end, it's the skip's turn to deliver. And that's Armstrong for Humber. Let's see if they're able to make anything out of this. Line looks pretty good. They can knock away that Mohawk one. Ooh, and not quite enough there. Just curled away a little bit. And a chance here for Mohawk to capitalize on that Hawks mistake. A lot of discussion here about where this second to last Mohawk stone should go. Looks like they might be going to try and take out one or maybe two of those Humber stones there in the house. We'll see. This shot has a little bit of weight to it. We'll see if it has enough to knock out one of the Humber rocks. It just kind of takes out the guard and floats there in the house, but not enough to get into scoring position.
What could be the final 2 stones of the day, Andrew,
Yeah, I think it will be.
as we approach the upper time limit here.
Yeah, we are, as of now, an hour 44 into this one, as we got started just a few minutes before the scheduled 3 o'clock start.
Sean Armstrong has been playing lights out all day. We'll see if he stays true to form here on his last shot.
Looks like they may be going for the takeout there. And those 2 blue stones right by the middle of the screen. Or those. Yeah, they might get them. A beautiful takeout there. Put themselves in scoring position.
Sean Armstrong. So we get a good look at our overhead camera. Hawks with the 2 closest stones.
A lot of discussion here about where this hammer is going to go. Possibly the last stone of the game here.
Here it is, the hammer.
Looks like they will be attempting to go for the double takeout. It's going to be a tough one, though.
Yeah, got a lot of mustard on this shot.
Going to need it. A lot of weight on this one. Let's see if it makes it past the guard. It does.
It does.
Oh, and they get the double takeout, but
Humber will come away.
yeah, they're going to get the point. Yeah, clearly. And that looks like that will be the end of this one. Humber taking the game against Mohawk by a score of 7-2 after 7 ends.
Great way to close things off here on sheet number 1. The Humber men's team with a record of 2-1 on the day.
Yeah, 2 pretty good games, or 2 pretty good wins, rather, for this team.
Quick update on the women's game. Lady Hawks are up 5-3. Looking to have a perfect record on the day. Well, Andrew, pretty great day of curling at the 2019 Humber Bonspiel. Look forward to next round of action. Won't be covering it on HSN, but the next regular season play at the Fanshawe tournament. And, of course, looking ahead to the provincials at Mohawk. For myself, Matt Hamill, and my partner, Andrew Milani, I want to thank you for joining us, and see you next time.